day I came to live in Lagos, I was actually welcomed the wrong way. I don't know, maybe I should say I felt a victim or I was scammed or something, but I think I was welcomed the wrong way. I went to market to pick up some stuff that we needed to use in the house. So that day, I was backing my baby girl at the back. I was carrying my baby bag on one hand, and on the other hand, I was holding a backo bag where I kept stuff that I bought already. So I came to a spot where I wanted to buy meat, wanted to buy, and the man was cutting it for me. Then I turned to the other side where I wanted to buy vegetables. So I met the woman selling no go, picked the ones I wanted, and she was wrapping it up for me. Now, in that my baby bag, I tied up the bulk part of the money I was holding, dipped it inside my baby bag, and zipped it. This baby bag had different compartments. So, and I had some change on my hand where I buy things so that when it finishes, I'll pick another one from the bag. So when I wanted to pay for the Diogo, I discovered that the money I had was not going to be enough to pay for Diogo. So I quickly dropped the bag, no, opened up the baby bag, bring out the money from inside so I can take some out of it. So on dipping my hand inside the bag, I just heard pew. My hand came out from the other side. I said pew. My hand came out from the other side. I was like, what's going on? So I dropped the backo bag I was holding. I opened the bag properly, tried to get my money inside. The bag was open. Because each time I dipped my hand inside, I just said, "Pure, my hand would come outside." You know, I was just bringing out stuff. I was just bringing out stuff from inside the bag, trying to get the money. And it was very difficult for me. I couldn't see the money. Then there was somebody standing there. I was like, "Madam, what is it?" I said, "I can't find my money." He said, "Yeah, sorry, madam. The money is gone." I said, "What? No, it can't be gone. How can it be gone? I didn't give anybody the bag to hold for me. I was the one holding the bag all the while. So the money is there." I emptied the bag. Guys, there was no money there. The bag was already cut open. The money was gone. The money was gone. I was so devastated. I was so confused. I began to cry. The crying was not the it's not that type of cry. This cry was I was shouting, I was screaming, I was crying. At that moment it was drizzling. I didn't even remember I was backing a baby that was supposed to cover with an umbrella. It was the women around there. "Madam, cover your baby now, it's raining." I was shouting, I was crying. That day was actually a red letter day. You know, what was I supposed to tell the man that was cutting meat already? Even the Ugu woman was like, "Oh yeah, take, don't worry, don't pay me, oh yeah, take it." I was crying. The women there, it was now the women that gathered and they started dashing me money. Some people give me 200. "Madam, do you have money to go home? Oh yeah, come and start going home." And that person gave me 500. That person gave me 100 naira. "Oh yeah, madam, be going." You know, that was just how I left the place. I was crying. I entered KK. I was still crying inside until I got home. I was stepping inside the compound. I saw my landlady and she asked, "Why are you crying?" Because when I tell you I was crying, I wasn't pretending, I was crying out. I explained to the woman. The woman was like, "Oh, welcome to Lagos." The woman said, "This place, you don't joke." Anytime she goes to she told me that anytime she goes to market, that any bag that contains the money she wanted to use and buy stuff, she will hold that bag like this. She doesn't care how people look at her. Whether people look at her like Momo, she doesn't want to know, because that money is a lot. She consoled me, and you know, that was that. You see, some things happen to us sometimes either because we failed to learn from people's mistakes or we failed to learn from our own mistakes. It's not like I have not heard that something of this nature happens to people in the market, but because I never paid attention to the details of what I heard, probably that was why it happened to me. Because to me, it can't happen to me. After all, how will it happen to me? I am very careful. How will I just hold my money anyhow and allow somebody to take it? You know, that kind of a thing. This situation was an avoidable situation. If only I paid attention to the details of what I heard in the past. These people are usually in the market. This situation often occurs in mega cities or big markets where people are always dragging. there is a kind of human hold up people are always dragging. If I paid attention to that, knowing fully whether at the midst of that dragging, the predators are ready to pounce on their prey, probably it would not have happened to me. That's my baby bag. If the long hand, my baby bag had a long rope. If I had held that bag up to my body like this, at least to pass through that crowd, that thing would not have happened, because the bag was dangling and I was struggling in the midst of people. So the predator it was easy for the predator to victimize me in the prey. So you see, a lot of things, a lot of mistakes, a lot of circumstances are avoidable. But we need to. When you're hearing people's story, when you're hearing stuff that are happening to people, it is okay to say God forbid, but at the same time, learn from that situation. And this new year that we are entering, this year that we are into, that we are going into, try not to make the same mistake 2 times. Try not to make the same mistake 2 times. Or at least, try not to repeat someone else's mistake. When you hear people's story, analyze it within yourself. Teach yourself. Draw your lessons from it. And then hand the rest over to God. God has given us wisdom. God cannot give us the brain and help us think. God cannot give us mind and help us to reason. He has given us the grace, the wisdom. If you have not activated your wisdom, pray to God to help you activate His given wisdom. The Bible said that wisdom is profitable to direct. So at least we can save ourselves some stress and time. I hope you learned from my story just the way I learned. Shalom.